Welcome back. So here we are showing you a project that we have taken on. We have bought a bike and the bike has been through a lot. You can see the seat is quite damaged and here we are stripping it completely, removing all fairings. Here the photos and videos are self-explanatory, but I will just talk you through it here and there. So fairings are all being removed. This was just other options that was available that we went to go and look at. Here you're looking at the seat that was removed and obviously going to be reconditioned. You can see that a cat or a dog definitely got to it. We're using the old cover or seat as a mold or to get a pattern. And there we have the templates. We removed the exhaust, sanded, sprayed it, and used a heat resistant spray obviously. Here you can see the bike was completely stripped. There we have another project that will be done in the future that you guys can look at on socials, YouTube. That is a plastic welder over there. And here we are doing some wrapping using a heat gun, a cutter. So what's nice about the restoration business is that you learn as you go along. So the photos and videos are not organized. You know, these things take time, so here you're looking at some body filler being applied to the petrol tank. So like I said, these things take time and there's so much content I still have for you guys. So stay tuned. Here you are seeing the puppets that are all being hung by a string. Black is beautiful. You can see the brakes was done as well. Nice blood red. This is the back of the bike. I'm not sure what it's called. The supports. Here you can see the seat also being done on a manual singer. Now when load shedding happens, you need to make a plan. And the final adjustments done on an imbecile. So here we are showing you how we use the compressed air staple gun, and we are just fixing the material to the plastic. So next up, you obviously need to trim the excess material, and you do that by just using a cutter. And obviously sometimes it's always nice to wear gloves just for protection. You know, I don't know how many times a day I have to wash my hands, you know, because sometimes it's just better working without gloves, you know, we prefer it. And also, especially working on vehicles and so on, when you need to get to those bolts and screws, then your hands are always better, you know. but then again we use the surgical gloves which sits nice and tight on your hands, and this keeps your hands nice and clean. So like I said before, the photos and videos are not organized. This takes time, and like I said, we have so much footage for you guys, and yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you guys the things that we do. So that is the other bike, another project there with the Mercedes as well that will also be uploaded. A lot of things done on the Mercedes in terms of the motor and so on, which you will also learn a thing or two. Here we are showing you how we are just removing the masking tape, you know, just to get that nice ready to pop again. So this was definitely a joy for us, you know, seeing everything coming back to life again, you know, looking nice and so on, and we just couldn't wait to put it back on the market. Here you can see the bike complete. The seats were nicely done over. So here you can see the footage is not organized. This was all done already, you know, you saw the final result. But yeah, the petrol tank was also done, and here's a way on how to clean it. You know, if your bike is standing too long and you have too much rust, you just throw some petrol, some coins, give it a nice shake and so on, and it will definitely loosen up all those things in there. And obviously the last thing to do would be to high pressure water it, you know, jets. Here you're looking at the petrol tank. I'm just showing you a small pinhole that was in there that also had to be fixed because petrol was leaking out of there. So we just used some fiberglass resin. And yeah, once again we're looking at the bike being completed, checking everything that the lights and so on is working. I guess the only thing to do now would be to take it for a test drive, eh? And that is exactly what we are going to do. So bear in mind, this test drive was only down the road, so that is why I did not use my helmet. Also, the welcome back in the beginning of the video was actually for myself, because I haven't made a video, edited anything, uploaded anything for about a year. I've missed it, you know. I've definitely been thinking a lot, been going through a lot, and it just feels good to be back. So you can show your support by definitely liking, you know, subscribing, just because I mean I'm taking time out of my day or doing this also to help you guys and save you money, you know, so that's the least that you could do for me. But other than that, I am just using this opportunity now until the bike appears back to engage with my audience, and that is what I am going to do going forward in the videos. You know, I could have cropped this piece out, but I chose not to. So here we are arriving back. Everything, the test drive and so on was good. Full smiles. And I would say ready for sale, ready for marketplace, Gumtree and so on. Also, I hope you don't mind the hissing or whistling or sissing in the background. It's just my gas heater sounding like a snake. What a beautiful day, eh? And you can see the other project that we have here as well, which is the other bike, which we will also upload a video on that, showing you what we have done on this bike. And we know that every bike is not the same, you know, in terms of, or let's say every project that we take on is not the same. So there's definitely different things that we have fixed on that bike, which we will show you. Kill switch, important. So whether you're looking for a good bike, reliable, you know who to contact. And I can guarantee you that sooner or later we will have double the bikes, you know, as we continue making people happy. So you know you can never have too little photos, videos and so on. We are showing you how secure it is, both bikes, you know, we have them well positioned. Next we just need a for sale sign. So this was a church day, and I decided, since the weather looks so beautiful, let me take the bike out for a nice church run. Obviously I had my helmet with me before you get those negative comments. You know, it's such a nice feeling when your bike or car just starts first time. Yeah, I'm just showing you, I'm a stocks kind of guy, as you can see, and doing a church run, or rather off church run. And this was just before selling the bike. You know, I had a buyer that was coming in the evening, and this is my last moment enjoying myself with this project. So it looks fast, but definitely not fast. Safety is of my main concern. So definitely took that into account. I was obviously wearing my helmet and everything. So thank you for caring. This was the last wash I gave it before the buyer came to come and take it. As you can see, thank you at the Wyman.
It's gonna be sad for me to see it going. Shame. But I'm giving it to a good buyer, huh? I hope you're gonna be happy.
Be my baby for the next few fucking months.
Do you want to be honest with you? I'm so happy hearing that going, knowing that it's going into good hands, and I'm gonna look after it. I don't want to say thank you. You must enjoy it. And yes, of course. Then you can be on your way.
And there you can see they put it on the trailer all the way from Strand. Not too sure what's in that freezer. Maybe some nice krief, you know. But just jokes, and please do give us a like and subscribe.